What's up? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gershwan.
And today we're back at it answering questions that you guys leave behind in another spine-tingling, scream-esque, maskless me doing a thing. For the greater...
Maskless? Where did that come from?
Because, like, that's, you know, in Scary Movie, the killer scream, he was like, what's up? On the phone.
Okay. Gotcha.
Sorry for all those headphone users.
Yeah. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first.
Patrick Smith has done exactly just that. His question is, I've started watching battle reports. What's wrong with me?
You're probably depressed, which is not unusual. The weather is changing right now, so depending on where you live, it's either getting better or worse. That change, though, is not okay to your mind, so you are going towards something that is different, which is battle reports. Battle reports are really long.
Yes.
For the most part. But there's the good, the bad, and...
the ugly.
Yeah.
And it's ugly because... well, let's start with the good. So battle reports are good because you get to see basically various types of armies that you may not get to see in person.
Yeah. Formations, tactics,
different painting styles, the terrain, the board, everything that you're like, oh, I wish I could play on this awesomely built terrain with some ultramarines fighting against chaos. Boom, you could probably find that easy.
Yeah, really good YouTube channels that do that is like Tabletop Tactics.
Play on tabletop for 40K in 40 minutes, where they obviously, like you said, battle reports could take a long time, especially if you're watching it live. These guys condense it all down to 40 minutes. And
the actual armies themselves are painted beautifully, and they're designed. Usually they're like custom or like kit bashed and stuff like that, which is really awesome.
Right.
Terrain-wise, also really good. Always have like really... I think one of the most memorable ones for me is like it's a Tau versus, I think, Space Marines, and they're fighting in like some...
oh, it's the AdMech.
And
they're fighting floating cities.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like a table, but they've got like cotton, and they got smoke billowing, so it looks like they're in the sky.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
Yeah, they've also got like a water-esque one, where they've got like... almost like an aquarium set up, and it looks like they're underwater with like the lights and the effects. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I haven't seen that one. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
But that's the good. You get inspired to create stuff at home, and then also like you learn from these videos.
The tactics, like, oh, this guy got charged by corn berserkers. Maybe I should have put like a tank in front of it or something like that.
Yeah. And then the bad, we're not going to name any names or anything, but we've done it a lot.
Yeah.
So the bad is just like too much talking, not really paying attention to the game, playing it wrong.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I think it's normal to have like rules get misinterpreted and stuff like that, just because it is a very complicated game. But there are some channels that like just completely disregard the rules, like us, when we have done battle reports.
Oh, your wagon has 30 boys in it? Cool.
Yeah. Don't say nothing. Just like let them say something.
Yeah. I was an inch away from charging you? Nah, I'm in there. And the whole thing too is like, when you're playing battle reports and stuff like that, you're there to have a good time. And when you're constantly being like, wait, they're doing that wrong. Wait, he's playing with unpainted models. Wait, like they're using 5th edition rules. It's 9th edition now.
Yeah.
Then it kind of takes you away from it.
It does, yeah. So the opposite of all the positive stuff is also there. So like people who don't use good terrain, people who don't really like create an ambiance or whatever, that's there. And also just like bad camera work. The mics aren't really there. There's no cutscenes. There's no B-roll. Like us. But yeah.
That's why we stopped.
Yeah.
Not just that, but I think like 40K in general, just like we've hit that point where it's like the setup, the gameplay, it takes too much effort to something that we're not really enjoying at the moment.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So it's like, damn, I got to pay $50 for another codex just to lose.
Yeah. Well, you could have won because the Tau did well for a little bit.
It's funny because all our armies got super beefed up. The orcs were really great. The Tau are like overpowered now. And it's like, nah, let's not play.
Yeah. But usually what ends up happening, and it's funny, but when the weather gets nice outside and we should be outside enjoying the sun, taking in that vitamin D, we don't. We stay inside and play 40K. So that's probably going to happen this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then the ugly side of battle reports. I think for me, the one thing that I hate about battle reports is just the length.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have 3 hours to just sit and actively participate in watching it.
Right.
If a game isn't, like, you can have awesome models, awesome terrain and everything, but if you guys are just not engaging enough, like, I'll start scrolling on my phone. I'll be like, oh, wait, how did they get to 30 points already? Or, like, what happened? What did I miss? So it's like, yeah, I think the length is a big thing. But some people are into that. Sometimes they want to watch the game live to see how each unit moves.
Yeah.
It depends. Like, if you're a veteran and you've been playing the game for a long time, obviously you don't need to know, like, this unit moved to 12 inches or this unit is re-rolling because of their ability. It's like, at that point you should already know.
Yeah, and then you also kind of get a feel for the personalities of the people filming or that are on screen.
Yeah.
Sometimes people like that. Sometimes it gets kind of a little too much. Where it's like, okay, like let's focus more on the game.
Right. Or if you're a new player, maybe you need that. Maybe you need to watch it in full, start to finish, to know exactly how do things interact.
Yeah.
How do you do the whole strength versus toughness thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So battle reports, they're fun. They could be long. They could be done expertly. They could be done novicely. Is that a word?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
You made it up.
So, Patrick, to answer your question, what's wrong with you? The same thing that's wrong with everybody.
Depression.
Mm-hmm.
Next question comes from Jeremy Kunayak. What will be the final straw for the Inquisition that makes the Space Marines fight them? So they're fighting right now. So because the Inquisition has like what would it be? Like they think that they are the good guys.
They use the Emperor's will to twist it and make it their own will.
And they're very independent, and it's only one person. Whereas with Space Marines, yes, Space Marine chapters are independent. However, they are... it's a whole chapter. It's a bunch of battle brothers, chapter masters that are all calling shots and stuff like that. Whereas within the Inquisition, it's one Inquisitor, a couple acolytes, but they can call upon entire armies.
Yeah. Oh, you guys want to start stuff with us? Like, yeah, we're just like 5, regular dudes, but we can call
Astra Militarum,
Sisters of Battle. Like they can get it. They can get it. Cracking.
They can.
Grey Knights, if it comes to it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
the Grey Knights and the Inquisition almost fought. There's a squirrel. They almost fought the Space Wolves.
Yeah. No, they did. They invaded.
Well, yeah, they did, but like they almost took each other out.
Oh yeah. It was bad. So
yeah, they fight all the time. And I think Gilliman kind of knows that, and that's why he hasn't really addressed the whole issue of the Inquisition and like the Emperor and whatnot. Like, he's here to, push back chaos. After that, then he could jump to that.
Right.
Maybe.
Next.
Well, I got an interesting one by Tangy Zizzle. Stinkiest race in the 40K universe. Go.
Orcs.
Yeah.
Orcs are said to smell worse than rotten eggs, and you can smell an orc before you see or hear an orc. Orcs are loud, so the fact that you can smell them before you can hear them kind of leads you to believe that, like, yes, as soon as they make planetfall, it's the stench.
Yeah.
It's like being next to the water reclamation thing across the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the Hrud, because aren't they like trash people?
Yeah.
But I mean, if they can control time, they'll just like burn away you. You're dead, so you don't have to smell them.
Yeah. Also, maybe like trash is subjective, because like one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Exactly.
So it could be a chocolate hater who actually thinks that the crud smell like chocolate, which is why he wrote down they smell like trash.
That's true.
You never know.
You never know. History is written by the victors, right?
Yeah. Comment down below. Let us know what you enjoy smelling that other people don't enjoy smelling. All you ass eaters out there.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Speaking about ass. Subject Keeter says, if the Chaos Gods fart cloud are so powerful as they claim, why haven't they won yet? Because they're chaos and they're constantly battling with each other, so they don't really like coordinate properly. But yes, they're super, super powerful. If all Chaos Gods unified, they would probably take over the galaxy, no problem. But
yeah. But you got to think about it this way. If Chaos wins, they lose.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if they win, that means they've killed like a bunch of humanity. They've taken control of all the universe, and that's going to mean a population decline, which is less psychically powerful souls to feed into them.
Right.
That's like saying if humans fought against the world,
right,
we're killing ourselves by winning.
Yes, which we kind of are. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
We have to wait until Elon Musk comes out and saves us all. With Dogecoin. Yeah. Next question. This one comes from the big one, still talking about astronomical things. If the moon was made out of barbecue spare ribs, would the emperor eat it and then maybe wash it down with a ice-cold Budweiser? No, probably not. I don't think the emperor eats or needs to eat. He feeds off of the psychic sacrifices. So, very different than ribs.
Mm-hmm. We got a friend that always eats ribs whenever we go out.
Mm-hmm.
And they look tasty, but I feel like it's just too messy.
He's always licking his lips
Mm-hmm.
and his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Never uses a wet nap.
Never asked one of us if we want to lick his lips and fingers for him.
Because we obviously do. My mouth watered right now just thinking about licking his fingers. His barbecue sauced fingers.
Yeah.
I actually don't like barbecue sauce. But yeah.
Now, this one's by Adeptus Astartes. What are your thoughts, or what do you think that maybe Games Workshop should just shut up about real-world politics and stick to crafting games and lore? They just banned all sales of GW products to Russia over the whole Ukraine thing.
I think that's like a thing that we would discuss back in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, like, why are you even bringing it up? Like, obviously companies are going to be political. Like, obviously, like, this drives sales and gets people talking.
Yeah.
So just grow up. It's 2022.
Exactly. Next question. This one's by Comrade Connolly. Do the Tau Fire Warriors carry ceremonial swords like they do sometimes in fan art? Or is that just weeb shit? I could see some adventurous Fire Warriors doing it, and it would help them in melee since it's just a... It wouldn't help them in melee since it's just a shitty ceremonial katana against a fucking scything talons and chain axes. They would get owned 99% of the time.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, they do.
Yeah, and you're right. It is a ceremonial blade. They don't really use it for combat. They use it to become blood brothers. They basically get into like a circle with their teammates, and they cut insignias on them, and they're like, "Yeah, we cool."
Yeah, it's a bond. It's a brotherhood, and it's kind of like a circle jerk.
Yeah, but I mean that's gonna make you fight harder in war, so that you're
harder in life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next question.
Mm-hmm.
This one comes from Karadas1337. Do you think somewhere in the dark Milky Way galaxy lives the last remnants of the Diasporac and or an alliance between human and Xeno empires? Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Like whenever something is like completely eradicated, it doesn't exist anymore. Nah.
Yep.
There's always little pockets of survivors.
Yeah, and you can. Oh, go ahead.
We've seen this with the Thunder Warriors. We've seen this with the Lost Legions. Supposedly they were Edict of Obliteration, but no, we know that the ranks of the Ultramarines swelled by a lot, so they didn't all get destroyed.
Yep. Also, so you see it in Blackstone Fortress with the, I think it's called, what was it called? Something with a P. Precinct something or whatever. It's like a station that exists right before you get to the Blackstone, and on that station is just like human. I think it's human controlled, but then like Xenos are there too, so it's like one of those weird spots because it's on the outskirts of the Imperial control, so that can happen.
Right.
Yeah. But those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for listening to us and hanging out, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, this has been the Sound Alchemist,
Gershwin,
and we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.